Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's me, GeeW FM here, and we're going to be doing a little experiment that involves the Scottish Premier League. So this is an experiment where it's basically, could anyone win the Scottish Premier League? There's been that old age argument where people have been saying that, you know, the Scottish Premier League is a piss easy league basically, and what we're going to find out is it that easy that anyone could do it? So what I've done is I've taken, in my opinion, a poor manager in the shape of David Hockaday, purely for my biased reasons with him being the manager of Leeds and doing absolutely appalling, getting sacked after 2 months, and that's including the summer. And what we've done, as you can see behind us, we've edited all his attributes to make him as poor as possible. So you can see exactly what I've changed in the editor. And by the time you get to the end of all the screenshots of exactly what we've done, you should be on the screen where his final attributes in-game are mainly 2s, with the exception of fitness and working with youngsters. They're the only things I remember him being any good. He was seen as more of like a fitness coach rather than a manager at his time at Leeds. But what we've also done is he's got a contract that lasts until 2100 on 50 grand a week. So the idea is that he shouldn't be getting sacked in theory. With this in mind, we are going to go 10 years into the future to see if a poor manager such as Dave Hockaday can dominate at Celtic like every other manager before him, from the point where Rangers got like demoted to like the bottom tier. It's a chance to back up the theory that winning the SPL is an easy task with the Scottish Giants. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you a sequence of screenshots for as long as possible. In terms of every season, you'll see the end of the season league table, you'll see the cup competitions including European, and then the transfers per season. So I'll catch you in a couple of minutes. So unfortunately, coming to the end of this like little experiment, there was a little bit of a flaw. I was holidaying, and I never even thought about this. that he actually retired at the end of 2023-24 season. So he played up until that point, or managed until that point, and then he retired. So we can only do a maximum of 7 years. So I've got all the data up until that point. So and I've got like a roundup here of exactly what he won. So we'll start with the SPL titles, of course, with the roundup, that is. And it started off with being runner-up in 2018. And it made me think at this one point, because I did do the 1 year first to see how we got on. And it made it interesting because he didn't win it the first season, making me think that, actually, maybe you do need a little bit of skill to win the league. However, the next 6 years, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24, he won every single one. And in some cases, absolutely pissed it. So, it just, for me, that kind of shows that it's a piece of piss to win the SPL. And probably even I could do it. Maybe not, but you know what I'm saying. In terms of the cup competitions, it didn't do too bad. He won the Scottish Cup in 2018, 21 and 23 and finished runner-up in 19 and 24. And the Betfred Cup, they won it in 2018, 21 and 24. Made numerous transfers, sold a couple of players here and there that stood out. The likes of Tierney went at one point, I think for 30 million or something like that. And Griffiths went for about 11.5. But largely kept most of the team as well. I had a quick look at the team. Dembele's still playing. Asia, however you pronounce his name, he's still there amongst a couple of others. But yeah, it just goes to show that with the team in the position that they were in terms of the quality of the players that they had at the club, one of the worst managers you could ever wish to have, even modified to be even worse, still did a grand job at Celtic. And if it wasn't for him retiring, which I never even considered, I thought, oh no, he might go until he's about 71 or something like that, it'd be fine. So an interesting end to the experiment. It's what I pretty much expected in a way, just because it's Celtic and it's basically a one-horse race every year. Bit of a surprise on the first season, but then it just basically went back to normal straight after that. However, in a European sense, it was particularly poor, but it's expected anyway, isn't it, really? They had some tough draws, to be fair, looking at these screenshots. But if anyone is interested in any other teams getting done in this sort of situation, let us know in the comments below. Maybe like a PSG, maybe like a Juventus, maybe a Bayern Munich sort of experiment. Let us know in the comments. I might use someone who's not quite as old. Let us know, again, if there's any managers you want to see used in that way. But yeah, otherwise, don't forget to check out my current FM18 series, which is Turmoil at Tranmere, where we're playing, obviously, as Tranmere Rovers, and we're in the second season currently. But greatly appreciate it if you could check that out. As would be liking this video if you have indeed enjoyed it, subscribing if you are new as well, and hopefully you can join us either for the next experiment I do, or, of course, the Turmoil at Tranmere series. It'd be greatly appreciated either way if you could bob along and say hi. But until the next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.